Hello, and welcome to Chabot News for December 19th, 2024. My name is Evan Netto, and today we'll be covering Judy Eldred's food truck and antidepressant recall and presents for pause. In entertainment news, Noah will tell you about the Game Awards. And finally, in sports news, Jaden has the latest updates on NFL legend Randy Moss. All that and more coming up in today's edition of Chabot News.
Thanks to Straw Hat Pizza for totally supporting this video. So they're over on Industrial Parkway West in Hayward. Just head to 1653 Industrial Parkway West. Super easy. And get this, Chabot College students and staff, totally get a 30% discount. Oh my God, don't miss their $8.99 lunch buffet Monday to Friday from 11 to 2, so yum. And if you swing by for a happy hour from 4 to 7, they've got live pay-per-view events, plus during all the football games, your first pint is just $1 with a medium or larger pizza. Major savings, right? For all the deets, call 510-265-0111 or hit up strawhatpizza.com/Hayward. That's Straw Hat for being the best sponsor ever and supporting Chabot College TV.
The Supreme Court agreed to review whether or not the oil industry can challenge California's ability to establish strict vehicle emissions standards. The Environmental Protection Agency granted the state a waiver of nationwide emission rules under the Clean Air Act. California has effectively set the standard for the rest of the nation since automakers have followed their tighter emission controls due to the state's size. In their appeal to the Supreme Court, the fuel groups argued that the EPA granting the waiver was unlawful. However, the justices declined to take up the underlying question challenging the EPA's power to give California that waiver. Instead, they will only be looking at the question of whether the oil and gas industry has the standing to sue. A federal appeals court had ruled they do not because the industry could not establish that the waiver for California has any real-world effect. More than 230,000 bottles of an antidepressant are being recalled. The medication contains levels of a chemical that poses a cancer risk. The medication, duloxetine, was sold by Rising Pharmaceuticals of New Jersey. The company voluntarily recalled the capsules last month. But now the Food and Drug Administration has classified it under its second most severe risk level. That means it could cause temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences. We sent our reporter Diana Cabrera out to ask Chabot students what they think about the potential cancer risks posed by antidepressants and the medication recall in general. Take it away, Diana.
I feel like many people aren't actually informed about the side effects of antidepressants because, as many people are known, they're just given the medications and then later on, after they're feeling side effects or symptoms, that's when they're like, oh, this is the actual side effects of the drug. They're not actually well informed about what the antidepressant is.
I didn't know that was happening, but it sounds really concerning because it's something that people use obviously every day.
I'm not well informed due to the fact of there's not really much information going on that's accessible to students here at Chabot freely. For example, there's no flyers related to it on the subject that's, if I'm being honest, somewhat important to many people here at Chabot.
I've noticed in California most things on the label it says can cause cancer, so I feel like that is a liability you're taking if you do choose to take them. It's kind of good that they're taking them back, but I hope they replace them with better ones for people that do want to take their medicine. So yeah.
Thanks, Diana. A similar recall of more than 7,000 bottles of duloxetine distributed by Toa Pharmaceutical Europe was issued in October. Feeling generous this holiday season? Want to give back to animals in need? Then you're in luck. The Hayward Animal Shelter is accepting Christmas donations until December 21st. Bring a wrapped Christmas present down to the shelter and put it under the Christmas tree. If you donate a present, you'll receive a video on December 25th from the shelter with the pets opening their gifts. All donations will go directly to the shelter's medical fund. If you need ideas for presents, visit the shelter's website for ideas and their wish list. Now it's time for sports news with Jaden Gomez.
ESPN announced NFL legend Randy Moss will take some time away from his work as pundit due to his undisclosed health issue. The network said he would step away from his role on Sunday NFL Countdown for an extended time. This decision comes after concern grew recently when viewers noticed his eyes appeared yellow. He addressed the issue at the top of Sunday's show, saying he and his family are battling something internally and he had some great doctors around him. Moss has not revealed any details about what he is battling, but we send him our prayers. A legendary linebacker is giving back. Derek Brooks, a 2014 recruit into the NFL Hall of Fame, handed out shoes at his former elementary school to at least give kids a present for the holiday. Sarah Gale reports.
A simple pair of shoes, a commodity that many of us take for granted.
Speaking with the principal, they have children coming to school with, two sizes too small shoes.
But can bring a big smile to a child's face.
I was excited because we were planning to this day, so we got up really early.
Many families are struggling to put food on the table, let alone be able to pay for a new pair of shoes every year.
Economically, things are at an all-time high, it feels like, and families, even like middle-class families, are really struggling just to get by, especially with, prices of gas and food.
It's for these reasons that Derek Brooks Charities, Bells, and Souls for Souls partnered to give all of these kids at O.J. Sims a brand new pair of shoes and socks. NFL Hall of Famer Derek Brooks coming back to his own elementary school with the sole mission to spread love.
Hopefully by the act of love and kindness that's spread today through our partnership, we can bring joy, especially this time of season.
It feels very, very good. Even to know that somebody bought all of these shoes just for us, and he didn't even have to.
As I spoke with each of these kids, all of them expressed excitement and gratitude, each jumping at the chance to show off their new kicks. What's your favorite part about them? Yeah?
Jump higher.
Yeah, you can jump higher with them? I can tell, you're jumping almost to the ceiling. You better watch your head.
Be able to be here and witness them jumping in them and dancing around, seeing the joy on their faces and knowing that if all else fails, they got a new pair of shoes for Christmas. It's something that's irreplaceable.
Each smile, a sign of a successful event.
Brooks played his entire 14-year NFL career for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He played a major role in the team's win in Super Bowl 35 over the Oakland Raiders. This fact would definitely upset us Bay Area fans, but this good thing should bring a smile to our faces. That's all for sports news this week. I am Jaden Gomez. Now back to you, Evan.
Thanks, Jaden. A cyclist was left injured after a hit and run on the intersection of Hesperian and Llewellyn Boulevard on Saturday, December 7th. The hit and run happened approximately 30 minutes past midnight. The cyclist was quickly taken to a hospital after the crash. The driver, who was in a red Elantra, fled the scene after the crash, but Hayward police were able to later track down the car and arrest the suspect. The suspect is now booked at Santa Rita Jail on suspicion of felony hit and run as well as a DUI. Judy Eldred, a high school instructor, has sizzled her way into teaching students about the culinary arts. Eldred had the idea of creating a food truck for all of Opelika High School to enjoy. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was recently held to honor the food truck. Justin Brown has the story.
This has always been kind of a dream concept that came to fruition, yes.
Tuesday morning, Opelika High School cut the ribbon to officially open its new culinary food truck. The truck is a converted old school bus originally from the Tallahassee area. And Opelika High School principal Kelly Fisher says it's a one-of-a-kind opportunity.
I just think it's the coolest thing. I mean, I think about my time in high school, and I definitely didn't have the same experience, but I also think that it's just a testament to how people in Opelika really are doing everything to serve all of our students in every way that we can.
The food truck will be a student-led business. Culinary instructor Judy Eldred says it's designed to give students in the
Thanks, Justin. Judy Eldred is an example that teaching students doesn't always occur in a traditional classroom setting. Now it's time for entertainment news with Noah Abel.
Last week, on December 12, 2024, the Game Awards happened live and revealed many new games and, of course, winners of the awards mentioned during last week's show. First, we'll start with newly announced games during the show. First off, Elden Ring Night Reign was announced, which is a multiplayer Souls-like in the Elden Ring world and features bosses from the Dark Souls franchise. Next up is the fourth entry to the Witcher series, a new Sonic racing game, and last but not least, Stage Fright, a new game by the developers of Overcooked. Now on to the winners. Metaphor ReFantazio brings home 3 awards, being Best RPG, Best Art Direction, and Best Narrative. Helldivers 2 wins Best Ongoing Game. Tekken 8 wins Best Fighting Game. Astrobot wins Best Action Adventure Game, Best Family Game, and Best Game Direction. Now, I know you've been waiting for who came out on top as Game of the Year, so let's get on with it. Game of the Year goes to Astrobot. That's all for this week's look at entertainment news. I'm Noah Abel. Now back to you, Evan.
Thanks, Noah. A 9-year-old girl with a rare skin condition is inspiring thousands of her followers on social media. She's promoting her own brand, which has a positive outlook on her unique journey through life. Eric Wilkinson spoke with the girl about her motivations.
She fell for it. She fell for it.
In the game of life, Harper Foy is not one to sit on the sideline.
Come and get it.
Are you a very competitive person?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Win.
You like to win in everything?
Yes.
Harper was born with a condition called harlequin ichthyosis, a genetic disorder that turns Harper's skin thick and orange all over her body. She spent her first 3 months of life in the NICU, given a 50-50 chance to live. The condition is painful and incurable. She takes hour-long baths 3 times a day to keep her skin from cracking. An infection could kill the 9-year-old, but that doesn't faze little Harper.
I can do this every day if I have to, and I do.
Since the year 1750, there have only been about 200 confirmed cases worldwide. Harper is one of just 20 people currently living with the disease in the U.S., but she isn't just living, she's thriving.
Play sports, go outside, do everything what kids can do.
It would be easy for kids like Harper to just shrink and hope not to be noticed, but not this kid. She is all about being seen.
Good morning, people. Have a good Friday.
Harper promotes her own brand of sassy positivity to her 52,000 Instagram followers. She's even come up with her own catchphrase.
Not me, not today.
It's a thumb in the eye to people who might doubt or even mock her.
When people stare, I don't care if they stare.
Harper sells merch with her motto in her own online store. The proceeds going to Seattle Children's. In September, Harper strutted the catwalk in New York City for the Runway of Dreams Foundation's Campaign for Inclusion that raises awareness for people with disabilities.
All the stuff that she has to endure in her condition, like all the showers and baths, like they're very hard on her. They hurt her. They're not comfortable. I am so proud of her. I couldn't be more proud of her.
A girl born with thick skin that she uses as her superpower.
Just keep on doing it, and when you do it, you can keep on doing it. And if you can't do it 1, 2, or 3, you can keep on trying.
Eric Wilkinson.
Not me, not today.
King 5 News.
Thanks, Eric. Harper Foy's life is a fight every single day, but the challenge of living with her condition continues to be an inspiration to others. The quality of Chabot's food has been debated among students for much of the semester. To that end, we sent our reporter India Richardson out to Mission College in Santa Clara to compare their cafeteria food to ours. Let's take a look.
Chabot reporters went to Mission College in Santa Clara to compare the quality in cafeteria food. The cafeteria is called Saints Cafe. That has table booths, island seats, and a pool and hockey table for recreational fun. The cafeteria has a lot of diverse food to choose from, starting with breakfast options like coffee, bagels, and muffins. For people on the go, they even have ramen, apple pies, free iced tea, and free lemonade. For entree food options, they have a salad bar with sides like macaroni and lasagna. There are even healthier options for anyone with any dietary restrictions, such as fruit cups and pre-made sandwiches. The cafeteria offers different types of cuisines like American deli, Mexican, and Asian food. They offered a pho, a Vietnamese dish, Chinese food with fried rice, chow mein, lemon chicken, and also freshly made sushi daily. For desserts, there was ice cream, shakes, and smoothies. The smoothies are made by a robot. You choose what you want on a digital pad and the machine will make it. It starts by placing a cup on the counter, then blending the ingredients of your choice, and the machine even pours the blend into a cup itself. A quick and easy process. We asked Mission College students how they felt about the cafeteria food.
I feel like Mission College did a really good job on like keeping the food like diverse. So we have like the Hispanic section and more like the Vietnamese culture section. Like I think it hits a lot of like cultural typical foods that we all eat. And dietary wise, I feel like they do have like a good variety of healthy versus a little bit not as healthy food.
For me, it's just like the general taste of it. It's just, I don't know, for me it just tastes good overall, I would say. I don't think it changed much. I think I like the menu as is already.
Thanks, India. The students over at Mission College are very lucky. And now it's time for this week's Top 5 with Cole Wagner.
Thanks, Evan. My name is Cole Wagner, and today I'll be listing off my top 5 soups of all time. Number 5 on my list is the ever-classic chicken noodle. There's something perpetually comforting about this soup. The golden broth and bouncy noodles make the best companion to the succulent chicken and tender roasted veggies. It's my favorite cure for a common cold or just a case of the blues, and it's also my favorite way to cook a whole chicken. Next on my list is creamy, zesty tomato soup. When I was a kid, I always thought this soup was essentially just a hot bowl of ketchup. But when that first spoonful of rich, velvety homemade tomato soup hit my tongue, I knew I had some reflecting to do. This soup is incredible on its own, but add in a toasty grilled cheese, and now we're rapidly approaching the apex of deliciousness. Also, tomatoes are fruits, so it's really more like a hot smoothie than ketchup. Tonkatsu ramen takes the number 3 spot on this list of liquid golds. While I have eaten many and have great respect for its instant counterparts, nothing beats a fully loaded bowl from a local ramen shop. The pork on top may be the best part, but you cannot ignore the allure of freshly made noodles, crispy nori, soy marinated eggs, and the rich, murky broth that imbues every ingredient with its savory essence. Naruto and I have something in common because, in my opinion, nothing rewards a hard day of training like this hearty meal in a bowl. The second best soup in my top 5 is literally any soup served in a bread bowl. Chili, clam chowder, broccoli cheddar, melted ice cream, if it's in a bread bowl, I'm eating it. Okay, admittedly, this one is more about the vessel than the actual soup itself, but there's just something so magical and powerful about eating the bowl your food came in. The only way it would be better is if they gave me a spoon made of crackers and a napkin made of cheese. Now that would be heaven. Mamma mia. And speaking of Italian mamas, my number 1 soup is without a doubt my mom's homemade minestrone. Her minestrone is the ultimate culinary example of less is more. A perfectly seasoned and beautifully light tomatoey broth surrounding garden-fresh veggies and homemade pasta are the hallmarks of this childhood favorite. The depth of flavor compared to the simplicity of the recipe blows my mind every single time I have the privilege of eating it. Even when I try to make it on my own, it doesn't come close to the real deal. Maybe someday I'll be able to recreate it, but until then, I'll leave it to the expert herself. That's all for this week's Top 5. My name is Cole Wagner. Now back to you, Evan.
Thanks, Cole. Microplastics in the air could lead to lung and colon cancer, researchers from the University of California, San Francisco, say. Microplastics are usually around 5 millimeters, being smaller than a grain of rice. Each year, companies around the world produce nearly 460 million metric tons of plastic, which is estimated to reach up to 1.1 billion by 2050. Major sources of microplastics include, but are not limited to, plastic pellets, personal care products, paint, synthetic textiles, tires, and microplastics like single-use bags, cups, and bottles. Starting on January 1st, the Bay Area Bridge will increase the toll to cross the bridge from $7 to $8. Official spokesperson for the Bay Bridge, John Goodwin, says the reasoning for the increase of the toll is due to the maintenance, rehabilitation, and operations of the bridge strictly. The Bay Area Toll Authority passed a series of increases that will ultimately increase the toll up to $10.50 by 2030. The East Bay Car Club held its annual Christmas toy drive in Fremont. We sent our reporter Greg Driscoll out to take a look. Take it away, Greg.
With an emphasis on family and care for the community, the East Bay Car Club held their annual Christmas toy drive at the Niles Town Plaza in Fremont last Saturday, December 7th.
And we're out here raising toys and cash for the families in need in our community, these Tri-City areas up to Hayward, San Leandro. So, you know, all these toys benefit children in our neighborhood that we collect out here.
The event helped gain toys and cash donations that will be given to the less fortunate families throughout the Bay Area. They also raffled off a PlayStation 5, with the proceeds from the raffle being donated as well.
We have a toy drive that we're doing today, so we like to give back to the community, back to the kids, and also I love the Christmas lights and the gatherings and getting together with our friends and family.
The club members are all in when it comes to supporting the community during the holidays, for the simple reason that they know how it feels to have anything during the holidays. This is one of the many events that the Car Club puts on during the year. Check out the Instagram page at eastbay/bay/cc. The East Bay Car Club is one of many car clubs in the Bay Area that put on the toy drive to help the public in need. Happy holidays.
Just the fact that we can give back to the community and gather some toys for some children in need and you know, donate a little bit of money back to a couple of charities and get the families together and come out and have a good time and try to give back to our local communities.
Thanks, Greg. Check out their Instagram page at eastbay_cc. That's all for Chabot News this week. Thanks to all the students and staff in the Mass Communications Department here at Chabot College for making this production possible. You can watch us anytime online at youtube.com/ChabotTV. Stay tuned to KCTH Channel 27 on Comcast for more Chabot TV.